Every guy.
Every guy.
But mostly less racist Max.
Yeah.
He looks like he's been through it. Through what? I don't know.
He was
maybe
rushing home.
maybe a bunch of men having gay sex.
Maybe that's what he needs. Maybe that's why you should go to Wyoming.
I am starting to make that union money, baby. So I mean, I could my money going to my vacation through the union's actually like the biggest chunk of money. I don't know how that works. Don't care to ask. All it means I get a fat check every 3 months, separate from my fucking regular checks.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, these communists talk about unions, right? And you know what? Capitalism still made unions better because, boy, am I feeling that collective bargaining working out for me monetarily.
Poor Max, he's rushing to do the show.
You just have to break some legs in between, or what? Like,
no, they don't allow mob guys in these unions anymore. It's actually
sure, yeah, okay.
No, it's they get investigated by the feds all the fucking time for that kind of shit.
Feds ruined everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
feds ruined.
The feds. That's the reason the union's so good is because we had a bunch of mob guys back in the day. They removed, I think, from almost every union, they removed like hundreds of people from like almost every union, like the 90s. Like they were either asked to leave or straight up just fucking arrested.
Well.
Like my union, they had like 50 people that were like quietly told, hey, you got to leave because you're part of organized crime, and we don't want to take your pension, get the fuck out. We kind of want to exist.
You can't do organized crime. We're just saying you can't do it here.
You can't do it here. Now own the property or own the company that our union works through. Then it's okay.
Exactly.
You can't be in the union itself. Unless you're the Teamsters. Fuck the Teamsters.
You look like a Teamster right now.
In
your face.
What's the deal? Like in Sopranos, they would like have their specific union could work the job in the city. The city would only take job or only contract with union workers, and then like they would have like 5 or 10 dudes on the payroll that would just collect.
Yeah, there's no show jobs, no work jobs. I mean, that's just like that's like basically the equivalent of nepotism, but with criminals. Like there's companies that will, someone has a son or like a brother or a boyfriend, and they'll just pretty much give them a job where they do fucking nothing on a work site. It's just basically that, but like a couple of fucking wops are doing it, where it's basically a union will just have those guys, I guess, at least back in the day, or a specific construction company will just take those guys on.
WAPs and ethnic stereotypes.
Yeah.
So
we're starting an episode right off with racism. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah.
Actually, before we get racist, I'm going to do the intro real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
We want it on the record.
On the record. Coming at you live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of The Altar number 105. Today, we're going to get fucking racist. Max.
Whoa.
So we were talking about WAPs and Italian American stereotypes. As a Cajun American, what do you think I'm eating today?
Gumbo. Jambalaya.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
I tell you what, brother. Don't pay no never mind to my spicy gourmet meal.
You had to do the intro for just that one shitty joke.
Yep.
I love it.
That's what we do here. We go all out for dumb shit.
Listen, the bar is pretty low. At least we're not doing Borderlands humor.
This is true. We could be doing that.
That shit was funny in 2012, my guy. I don't know why they still keep trying to do the same bit.
Because we didn't speak.
Wait, Borderlands, like the video game?
Yeah, not. If you're thinking of some other piece of content, I don't know what it is. But the video juegos.
So, Ben, what are we speaking about
is
tonight?
Like being like try hard. Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say tonight we are talking about the banking system and why it sucks cock. And for this, I figured I would get my money printers all revved up, and I have some very fine bankers behind me who are currently working to keep the financial system afloat. Now, what you're probably saying right now is, but Ben, that's just like a GIF of some cartoon drawings. That's not real money. To which I'd say, what is the difference between that and fiat money?
I mean, you could be an asshole and be like, well, the money's backed by the fact that the U.S. is like our currency is like the main currency for businesses worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, that's slowly
back that up
changing.
with the fact that the Chinese just negotiated that Iran and Saudi Arabia are going to start trading in yuan for
now.
oil.
What are you saying? The petrodollar is not going to be a thing within the next couple of years? Like it's no longer going to be the world's reserve currency?
This is why a lot of people should learn how to make gumbo. Okay?
That's true.
It's a good cheap meal. Fills you up. Spicy. You're just pulling off that handle. What are you drinking, man? Is that like wild turkey? What do you got there?
Screwball.
Screwball peanut butter? Oh my god, I'd be throwing up just because how sweet it is.
Wow.
Brother in Christ.
Wow. Yeah, is everything okay, man?
Lord.
We had a nor'easter the other day, and I was outside waking. It was real cold.
That sucks. My sister works at a library, and they closed out the library, so she got a day off.
That's cool. We didn't close.
What, like she's some government employee?
Yeah.
Well, it's a library. Information's neat. You just sit there and read a book for free. It's awesome.
I mean, yeah.
You can also get a mean sloppy toppy one of the book. Yeah, I was gonna say you can mean sloppy toppy by the fucking librarian there too.
Hey, hold on.
I had a Tumblr shit post in my head this afternoon that I couldn't get out, and I'm wondering if I should actually post it.
Of course, you should post it. You should always post it. If you ever like, should I actually post this? It's terrible. It's racist. It doesn't add anything positive to anything. You post that motherfucker. You post it.
It was. Mom said it was my turn to get sloppy from the big-titted goth girlfriend.
No, should have posted.
Actually, yeah, you should probably kill yourself.
That would probably. No, you can get at least 100 notes out of that one. That would do it.
You'll get too many. You should get reported, banned, and probably arrested.
Tumblr literally gives you intrusive thoughts like this.
Oh yeah.
When you spend enough time on it, you start having intrusive thoughts that are just like actual shit posts. And you're like, should I regurgitate this back into the world, or should I let this thought die with me?
I'll literally be sitting with somebody and I'll literally just say something because I'm me, and immediately, or they'll say something. It's like I'm gonna make that a post right now. Just gotta take from real life, bro. And also, if you're high enough or drunk enough, you just post whatever you want. Especially pics of your butthole spread out.
Of course, posting hole is a lot.
Wasn't Forrest? Speaking of Colorado, I'm Coloradan. So Forrest Mommy, who's actually based out of Estes Park, Colorado, by the way, was asking her followers for taint measurements today, and she's going to make an Excel spreadsheet. So we'll see how that goes.
That's quite an interesting, study, a case study, if you will.
Taint measurements? What possibly could she need taint measurements for? Is it the same reason she needs somebody's star chart?
Well, I don't know what the matrix is. It might be compared to height or race or something.
I don't know, but I still think these are questions. These are statistics. We need these answers. You know.
I need to know too. Like, are we measuring from like center of the hole? Are we talking start of the hole? Are we talking start of the sphincter? Are we talking crack? Are we talking
probably?
Listen, if your anus diameter versus like start of scrotum distance like is within a standard deviation, like it's not worth measuring. Like just measure from edge to hole.
Okay.
It's edge to the hole. You'd pull your sack forward, and where the ridging of the balls comes out, you start there and you go to the very edge of the butthole like a tape measure. That's how you measure it. I think that's the best way to measure because the balls, if they're laying like standardly, they are going to block where your taint truly ends.
Welcome back.
If we're getting technical.
Thank you.
Anyways,
I'm so glad Matt sat down during this exact part of the conversation.
Yeah, of course.
That I wasn't listening to.
We're talking
I don't know what to
measuring
play.
our taints for science.
Yeah,
Fallout, whatever.
I'm not doing what that libertarian woman retard on Twitter is talking about.
Oh, it's on Twitter. I'm not giving my
this
Twitter
is exactly
users.
what I mean about like not using Twitter, because if you don't use Twitter, life is just better. Like, you're not exposed to this shit. I mean, if you're on Tumblr, you get exposed to a little bit of, whatever.
I literally just go on. I would go on Twitter just to like throw out the shit posts, and that's it. Like I don't really hunt for anything to comment on. It's just basically like whatever I think about for Tumblr that I think I could safely say on Twitter, and I get fucking instantly banned. But ever since the Peppa Pig incident, I'm not able to get on Twitter. So
the Peppa Pig incident.
Yeah, the fake
You're
incident.
You're gonna have to recount that for me.
So in the boys' Discord, we were our Discord, the Discord we're in, the private one. I said like they're talking about Twitter, and I'm like, I can't access my Twitter because I logged out on my computer, and the phone number I used a Google Voice number for it, but apparently I haven't used that Google Voice number in a while. It fucking deactivated, so I have no way to do the second like the 2-factor authorization to get it back. I emailed about it, haven't heard anything, but I put in the chat in Discord that I don't have that phone number anymore, and I was vague about it, and then was like, "What, did you lose it at the Flophouse?" I think Chase said that, and then Kira had said, she's like, no, he like even worse. He lost it at the Peppa Pig, whatever. Like in the mall, there's like in some malls there's a Peppa Pig place you could go play around in. And I was like, oh, perfect. I could sell this as being legitimate because I took my kids to Peppa Pig like 6 months ago, that place. So I posted a picture. I'm like, well, at least they had fun though. And I told her, I'm like, I told you that shit in confidence, bitch. And then everyone bought it. Everyone bought that was the actual legitimate reason why I can't access my Twitter. So it was very fun times.
A little bit of gaslighting for all around.
Matt is a master of disguise.
That's like straight up lying.
Just creating, weaving webs.
Mm-hmm.
Webs of dirty, disgusting lies.
So yeah, so you guys already, obviously, for the uninitiated, did the quick rundown of fractional reserve banking.
This feels like a great episode that we should have had Marcel on for, but
yeah,
I thought about.
Wait, are we going to actually talk about numbers and banks? Sounds kind of fucking gay.
I even consider getting Sky to talk some numbers.
Oh fuck.
Oh, the financial fella.
Yeah, but he was. Mercedes. But I'm like, it's fucking Thursday. We're on earlier than normal, than when we because actually no, we had him like in the beginning of like the day. And
okay,
I think it was
can I as an astronomer complain about fucking daylight savings for just 5 seconds?
Sure.
How would you put a pin in it? I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
Well, no, okay. Fucking what we're doing is we're turning our clock 1 hour forward from when the sun actually passes due south, which is noon in your time zone. And we have done this because we are saving electricity into the evening, that is to say. And why have we done this? Because in 1917, we needed to save electricity so we could have more coal dedicated to producing weapons and ammunition and tanks and shit during World War I. You know who originally implemented the fucking daylight savings in 1916? Was no, not Wilson. Wilson followed the lead of Kaiser Wilhelm in Germany in World War I. Okay, so this is a German invention, just like our school system, and it needs to be abolished.
That explains so much, actually.
Doing good. AT in the chat.
I know Benjamin Franklin technically came up with the idea, but the German imperial government was the first to actually implement it, and for that reason, I will call it a Kraut idea.
For that reason, the Dresden bombings were justified.
Oh, for real. So we talked about how based federal fractional reserve banking is, right?
Of course.
At least based according to Chat GPT.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Wait, I
will.
missed
Thank you.
this. You gotta explain this one.
No, I was like in my school Discord or whatever. Someone asked like the chat AI why did Silicon Valley Bank fail, and they're like, just as far as I'm aware, like SVB has not failed. They're a well-established bank that provides financial services and shit. And I'm like, yo, that AI doesn't know about fractional reserve banking. So the dude asked that, and then so here's from Chat GPT on what is fractional reserve banking a good thing. Fractional reserve banking is a widely used banking system in which banks are required to hold only a fraction of the funds deposited by customers, and they can lend out the rest of the funds to borrowers. The idea behind fractional reserve banking is to make more money available for lending, which can stimulate economic growth and support the expansion of businesses and individuals. One of the advantages of fractional reserve banking is that it can help increase the supply of credit, which can provide businesses and individuals with access to funds that they may not have otherwise. This can help to support economic growth, create jobs, and facilitate investment in new ventures and projects. However, there are some potential drawbacks to fractional reserve banking. One concern is that it can increase the risk of bank runs, where large numbers of customers attempt to withdraw their funds at the same time, which can lead to a liquidity crisis for banks. Another concern is that fractional reserve banking can contribute to inflation, as the increase of the supply of credit can lead to higher prices for goods and services. It's like you're almost there. You're almost there, AI.
Yo, that's crazy. Whoa.
It's crazy. It's like what's even happening?
I'm actually genuinely surprised that they included as the last thing, like the drawbacks of fractional reserve
I
banking.
mean, the AI takes from the internet, doesn't it? So maybe it was seeing that as a more recent thing, probably popping up for the last few days.
Well, the AI, it's like not biased, but it does have bias if it's coded into it, right? Like a month or so ago, there was like oh, makes a poem about Joe Biden or something. It's like, oh no, like as an AI model, I can't make political whatever commentary. And they're like, oh, make a comment about Donald Trump. Like Donald Trump was whatever, blah blah blah, bullshit, right? So it's like anything to criticize like left leaning shit. Like
Trump
AI
was
like, oh no, can't do it.
was
As soon as you talk about like
queer-phobic.
right leaning shit,
Drag queen.
all on top of it. Except that I don't know if that was Dr. Seuss AI response real. About trans people, that'd be fucking hysterical. It was funny. So it's like funny. It's like, yeah, like fractional reserve banking can be deemed as good, but the whole system is so fucked. Just the idea of it, because it's like put your money in a mattress. Just put your money in a fucking mattress. Because the other part of that is they're giving you shit returns on your own money in a savings account. What's the current, like most banks? It's like 0.01% or 0.1% APY. Something like ridiculous. It's like, and they're like, oh yeah, we're making like fucking, I don't know, 20% ROI on that shit, and you're getting fucking little crumbs. This is why capitalism is a failure.
Exactly.
Right, homies? Yeah.
Wait a minute.
About that.
Wait a minute. whoa.
From ANCAP to ANCOM in 2 seconds.
Wow, the banner just changed to red real quick. That's weird. Anyway.
Why is there a handsome Russian man outside my door right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, that's
like it's funny because like a Frank show, he was talking about it, about fractional reserve. It hits a girl on, but it's like I didn't realize it's like, yeah, like which I should have. It's so funny that so one bank has like barely any money in it. If any money from that bank gets put into another bank, guess what? Now they have a new fucking limit of shit they can lend out, because they only need to do like, if you've got $10, you can lend out like $100 or some stupid shit. It's like it's really fucking ridiculous, because if you have to have like whatever percentage you have, you could lend out like fucking 1,000% more or something like that. Like it's like absolutely fucking ridiculous. And then another thing people brought up is like a counter. So, well, what are you gonna do? Like cryptocurrency? Well, what if the power goes out? Okay, what if the power goes out right now with your current banking system? What the fuck's gonna happen? It's all digital. You can't just walk in that motherfucker. You're like, oh, we can't pull up the system right now, so we don't know what's in your fucking account.
If you have a gun,
that's when you pull up an unregistered handgun and say, "Give me all the fucking money."
There's no
And then
power,
they're like,
there's no
"Well,
video, there's no
we can't open that really big safe, but we can open up the registers with our
Okay.
stupid little keys." I'm like, "Okay, how much money is that?" It's like, couple grand. I'm like, all right, you give me a die pack, I'm shooting you right in the fucking chest, and there's gonna be no
Just
evidence.
what, like a hot load?
I mean,
Where are you
I
at
don't
right
know.
now, Yimra?
I'm in my room, but I don't want to use my computer right now. Being lazy.
Okay, that's fair.
Just
Valid.
describing how you would murder somebody during a bank robbery.
I don't know. I'm feeling kind of little. I don't know, a little zany, a little wacky.
Got the
Okay,
zoomies,
go
so I
on.
rob a bank.
I'm in the bank lobby right now, ready to make this happen.
Listen, if you are a true follower of my Tumblr, please rob a bank with a firearm and kill someone during the robbery.
Oh, Jesus.
One day one of those jokes is gonna not work very well when it goes to court.
It's
You know what I mean?
we can't rely on all of our followers not being schizophrenic.
Mm.
Bro, I'm on fucking medicated
Yeah, I can tell.
because you can't prescribe cocaine to people anymore. That's a felony, and it also goes against the Drug Administration Act of whatever the fuck. Stupid.
What was that one post where someone was like, they're gonna start a fake true crime podcast, and someone responded to it like, "I'm gonna listen to your podcast and commit those crimes, so it's a real crime podcast."
It'd be like, oh no, the host of this show got fucked really good. Hope this never happens. LOL.
There was a movie, I think it was with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, that's not a good movie.
It was, well, the concept was interesting. At least I don't remember how it was because I was young when I watched it. But basically, like some older guy wrote a book, and he in Cuba Gooding Jr. just met him, befriended him and shit. But the dude died of a heart attack, and the ambulance took him away. And he had the book and he read it. He's like, man, it's a fucking great book. It was like a murder mystery type thing. And so he's like, fuck it, that guy's dead. He didn't have any family. I'm gonna publish it myself. And then, a year or whatever after it's published, they're at Cuba Gooding Jr.'s door. The police oh yeah, everything in this book is real murders. We found from your book and shit. He's like, whoa, what the fuck? It was pretty good.
Fantastic.
It's he got set up hard. He got to frame the black man. You know what I mean? For keeping the black man down.
He's a light skin. Calm down.
Oh.
Did he beat some woman recently? What was that? Why did he go, or did he sexually harass somebody? What
Cuba
did he do?
Gooding Jr.?
Yeah.
That dude looks like the most pacifistic pussy ever. But he's also a Hollywood celebrity with a fuck ton of money and ego. So, I mean, not too shocking.
He was in the Pearl Harbor film.
Forcible
He was in
touching
the
case.
bobsled movie or the
in-
fucking Snow Disney movie.
He was in Radio too.
Yeah, it was a forcible
one
touchy.
about?
He forcibly touched somebody, and that's what the
He's a forcible touchy. Is that the word you just used? Is that the phrase?
forcibly touched somebody.
Oh.
Okay. But you said forcibly touchy, right? I didn't just
He
mishear
grabbed
that.
somebody by the pussy. That's what he did.
I don't like that.
I don't think that's what I said, but whatever, it's fine. It's okay.
Grabbed him by the pussy.
Now I gotta try to find that movie. It was old. But yeah, so basically, credit unions are you guys talk about, and then crypto I still think is good because of course if the fucking power goes out, you're fucked either way. And then mattresses. That's good for that.
Opium Farm.
A Murder of Crows is the movie I was talking about.
A Murder
FYI.
of Crows.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
a disbarred lawyer takes credit for a late friend's book. So I was wrong. He knew the guy. Which becomes a smash hit, but the tables turn on him sooner than he expected. All right, there we go. There's my intro.
Nice.
for
Wait,
that.
is this the premise for a movie, or did this actually happen to somebody?
That's the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I
those
don't think it's a real
murder
life
detective-y things that always have a concept that sounds kind of cool and kind of cheesy. Because it's some edgy writer who's never dealt with I don't know, anything ever is okay, but what if someone eats there's a show on Netflix, I think it's called Eyes On, some stupid shit. she's like a zombie, but like not like a real zombie, but she eats brains in the morgue
Yeah.
to help solve crimes. And like it's one of those ideas that sounds kind of neat, but there's so many fucking shows and movies since like the fucking 50s that have these like zany murder investigation ideas. That's like, oh, that's kind of fucking stupid now instead of cool.
Oh yeah, so do not watch Murder of Crows. I just pulled up the Rotten Tomatoes, 57%
Oh,
audience
Oh, that means
score.
nothing. You
Don't
trust
do it.
reports?
I was
From Rotten
like
Tomatoes?
10
What
when I
kind of-
watched that shit.
Nah.
I didn't know any better.
I don't
Sorry.
trust any of those fucking critics things, bro. You
Well,
can't
the
trust them.
audience score is 57%.
Doesn't mean shit
the
to me.
critic score is 0,
Bro.
but with 5
Ooh.
reviews.
Who really watches a movie and it's like, damn, you know what? I'm gonna go on Rotten Tomatoes and write a review. Fucking assholes.
Jews do that.
Well,
Also,
normally the audience score is good for like.
I don't care.
It's a
I don't
solid
trust
basis.
no matter what.
The critic, you could ignore the critic. Like
It means
100% of the time.
nothing to me. It means less than nothing. Smoking a bong? You poor?
Poor.
Am
What
I
does that
poor?
even mean?
Smoke? Lower tax bracket scum?
Okay.
Yeah, let's get the diamond tester.
I think Ben's in the
Dude,
tax
we should
bracket
talk about
ahead of
taxes
you.
for a minute because
Yeah, bro.
taxes are due next month.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
I already filed my taxes, dude. Fuck off.
Well, good for you. I went to go file my taxes today and found out that I probably owe the feds money. And
Gay.
How do you fuck that up?
dude, I sold stocks and capital. I made some capital gains.
yeah, that'll do it. Ben got fucked like that with crypto a couple years ago.
Mm.
Because it didn't put you in the fucking next tax bracket because it just like literally just put you over.
Oh no! So it wasn't crypto. Actually, I received an inheritance in like 2017, and I had to pay capital gains.
Oh, inheritance. It's the secret Jewish gold that you all have.
Yes, exactly. Correct. That's
We all know that every Jewish person has secret Jewish gold. It's like Italians. We have secret pasta recipes worth millions, but we hide it between our people. Ours is better because like gold can be like used for things, but everybody
I like
loves
to think that like every time Matt just gets up and walks out, that like we said a phrase that activated his MK Ultra programming, and he's just going to kill.
He's like,
Now it's time for me to assassinate the Prime Minister of Zimbabwe.
So
He goes up
Matt,
and like
we decided that every time you have to like get up and walk out for whatever reason, it's because one of us just said something that activated your MK Ultra programming, and you're just getting up to kill immediately.
The glasses will come off just like slide away.
Just every time he gets up, just like a secret panel to a computer, he just puts a line.
I hear shit because I got the 1 year off so I could listen, and I swore my wife was at the top of the stairs like Matt, and I like walked out, and then no, she's up here doing her own thing, so I don't know what the fuck I heard. Maybe it was the demons.
Do you see I'm getting double? Do you see I'm getting
the sound
double
of one of your children taking all of the poop in the world and throwing it?
No, I hope good fucking thing they have not done that, and I think I'm gonna be in the clear because me and my twin brother used to take off our diapers full of shit and fling them at the walls. My parents, no fucking joke, had to duct tape our diapers. No, I'm not even fucking kidding. I'll try to see if I can find. I'm gonna see if I could get a video or old pictures or something. Because there was literally a home movie where we're running around our diapers duct taped because of that. Fucking terrible. Dude, me and my brother were awful fucking kids.
That's awful.
Not much has changed, to be fair.
How did you gain the future empathy or lack thereof? Like,
well, my mom didn't pay much attention to me and my brother, so we were looking out for each other. You know.
Preemptive.
We both got to a point in the road where it was left or right. I went right, he went left, and that's why he's a cop. And I'm correct all the time.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say correction officer.
No. Oh, God. How funny would that be? Like, yeah, I'm an anarchist. I hate the state. I'm going to be a correction officer. There's probably plenty of those dudes. Liberty Bill, shout out, front of the show. Libertarian, that.
The funny thing is like, even among like law enforcement, no, like every cop's like, why the fuck would you ever want to be a corrections officer? You have less rights to the prisoners.
Yeah.
All this other shit. You're just in a cage with a bunch of fucking animals.
I guess it depends where you
See,
are.
this is where I'm at with my brother, who's a fucking CO, and I'm just like, how do you do this shit day in, day out?
I mean, there's something to be said of having to deal with that day to day, but also like, bro, literally, find another job. The pay's definitely not worth it. There's no way. I can't. I don't know how much they make, but it's definitely not enough.
I know a guy, I'm not acquaintance that he makes
all right,
pretty good money, but he works overtime a lot. Like
No, it's all mandatory overtime, basically.
Well, is it time and a half or is it double time when they do overtime?
I think it's double because they're state, county employees.
Well, one of the things they do, especially when you're getting ready to retire, is like the pension plan. Is whatever you made in like the certain time, like I don't know if it's like the last 2 years or 3 years that you worked, like whatever you made in that time frame, that's like your fucking what you make the rest of your life from the pension.
Some places are different because in New York they do that, but it's like your 2 to 3 highest grossing years are what they decide your pension on. So if you have 1 year that's great and then 2 years that are mediocre and then another year that's like fantastic and then one like shitty year and then like a fantastic year and then whatever for the other like 16 years, the 3 years that are the highest are the ones they base your pension on.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
See, and here it's in Colorado at least, I think it's 80% of what you retire at guaranteed for life. Because there's not like a lot of bonuses and stuff like that. I think like the overtime's pretty steady as far as it goes. But so like my brother was like super interested or like super, I shouldn't say interested, but like invested in getting vested into the retirement plan. Cause like after you work a certain number of years, like you get that, right? When you retire, like you turn, I think it's 65, maybe it's 55. But which by the way, did you guys see that there were riots in France because they raised the retirement age from 62 to 64?
Understandable.
Wait, what?
Those fuckers love rioting, though. I don't blame them, though. Every time it's like, oh, fair enough. You ever just see like a protest? You're like, yeah. The French seem to always be like kind of like, yeah, that's fair. Good for them. Throwing fucking shit at cops from fucking
like riot season occasionally. But yeah, like I think
the fucking
like
UC Davis shit or whatever was hilarious because it sounded like a bunch of fucking Italians. Like, oh wait, what's all the commotion over here? Like, where they're fucking breaking shit. Was it UC? Yeah, it was UC Davis, right? I think I sent Frank a message about it. The fucking whatever, like those riots that were going on. It's like the cops were like, "Whoa, hey, what's going on?" It's like, what the fuck? What are you being paid for, motherfucker? Get out of here. As an anarchist, I wish those cops would have done something. I'm just kidding.
Wait a minute.
Or am I?
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
Well, Matt's saying some weird shit lately. And then get over
sleep deprivation.
Can you do some drugs
I've been
real
using
quick
chat.
to prove you're not a fed?
Wait, what?
Can you do some drugs real quick to prove you're not a fed?
Yeah, man. I'll be right back.
I hate to say that's not even like a thing.
Yeah.
Like they'll do drugs.
I just been using Chat GPT like way too often, and it's reprogramming me. You know, so that's what happens. It's good. Dude, Chat GPT is like the most hilariously amazing thing because like if you just want to like be lazy as shit, like let's say Max, you have to write an email, right? Just fucking go in there like here's what I need to talk about, and it'll write it. But you gotta word it correctly though. It'll write the shit for you.
I could see that. I more from like being in academia. I love the quote from neo-Marxist or post-Marxist philosopher / Isaac. I hope you guys have listened to him and enjoy
Yes, we have
various phrases.
Oh yeah, dude, totally have to keep going.
And Zizek says that like I hope someday that similar to I can buy a dildo, a vibrator that can go into the fleshlight, and then me and my wife can just enjoy each other's company without the pressure of sex upon each other. That the students will submit their AI essay to me, and that I will have the AI grade their essay, and we're left to just like discuss ideas or like hang out during class, which is like all you actually get out of college. So that is what I'm hoping for.
I personally know a guy that looks a lot like me currently using ChatGPT to do his assignments, so he has more time to do other things.
Yeah, I
Like
can't.
this
I can't
podcast.
use AI
That's
for
not me
my
though.
job.
My alter ego.
Alter ego sucks mad cock too. By the way,
Mm.
just absolutely fucking no
Well,
bars held.
I would like to see the AI or like the chat algorithm that can program a specific idea for you, right? Like I want to automate requests for a calendar date for a certain time and certain price or something like that, like
Oh, dude,
bookings,
there's
reservations.
I just took a screenshot of this shit earlier. That's not it. Like in Microsoft Power Apps, they're like they have some AI that help you like make applications and shit. Like in Power Apps, the main low code tool of the Power Platform, users can now use sentences like "create a time and expense application to enable my employees to submit their time and expense reports," and it will generate this app for them. But in addition to building these user interfaces and integrations with the company's data sources, the Copilot can also help users analyze their data and visualize it. Microsoft example here is, what are the most common reasons an inspection fails? Given that Power Virtual Agents is part of the same platform and getting similar updates, it's maybe no surprise that it's now also more deeply integrated into Power Apps, which is available on Windows. I'm a shill now for Bill Gates. What is going on with me this episode? I don't know. But yeah, and like allowing these developers to more easily add a chatbot to their apps. Bullshit, whatever. But yeah, so they're like you can create applications simply by fucking prompting the AI to create it for you, which is crazy.
Don't worry, I'm sure the negatives and positives will be only seen too far gone into the future.
I'd really like to see a lot more processes that are like office jobs basically automated, and then like real decisions get left to humans. Like there are aesthetic and budgetary and ethical decisions that still need to be decided by humans. Like there's the IBM phrase that like a
Well,
computer can never be made in charge of hiring or like a firing decision because it's not accountable or something like that.
yeah,
And
the
or a
thing
budget,
is
a
the
budget
average
decision.
retard in corporate is going to be the average retard in corporate and abuse in any way possible to fuck everybody below them.
No, they're gonna see it as an opportunity to scapegoat, right? Which when it like maybe we're actually seeing this fallout right now, which is that the corporate world has been automating everything they possibly can for the last 10 years. Like we think of the user level interface of AI right now, which is to create like some UI that like can generate expense reports for my people. But like
I mean,
that has already been in existence for like 5-6 years for most companies. And so it's like these admin people on the other side, it's like they're very rote like just data entry jobs, right? Which like essentially it's not worth anybody's time, or it's not worth what the labor force time is right now to have these people when you have automation that can cover most of that stuff. Like this is just a um like the chat AI and like AI programming is going to basically eliminate the job of everybody who's not working with their hands, who has an IQ under 110.
oh, I just passed. I got an IQ of 69. Jab.
You are so gay. Come to my bedroom. You know?
Come to your bedroom.
But no, like people are gonna have to physically do these jobs like electrical and plumbing and laying concrete and laying pipe. I see you laying a lot of pipe out there, yeah. So
Oh yeah, we'd be laying all kinds of shit. I also be smelling jet fuel and asbestos.
I'll make you stronger, man. For real.
Maybe.
So like yeah, we're gonna have those hands-on jobs until we get to an economy where it's cheaper. We're importing enough immigrants. I think in Japan in 20 years you're gonna see most of the physical labor is gonna be done by like those robots that can lift and move shit and stuff like that.
But would they be like remote controlled? Can't imagine it's like fully itself because it's not gonna know how to deal with certain shit. That's just like, or they'd be like a equivalent of like a robot foreman or some shit like that.
There's
actual
there's going to be
person.
management on site
Yeah.
that makes sure everything goes correctly, but it's essentially going to be like here's the building plan here and here is this robot's job and they're it'll basically be like you can build this in a video game right now where there's like workers who do the specific stuff. And if there's like a set building plan, like they're gonna finish that building or infrastructure project, like roads and stuff like that. It's gonna be ridiculously
me.
easy to automate.
Don't fucking dare bring up roads in my presence.
It's okay. No one here works with asphalt. Thank God. What a miserable fucking job.
Well, so the thing with AI is great if you specifically program it and keep the program within like non-biased parameters for shit, right? But like when it comes to like someone, I know a couple of years ago, not friend of the show that doesn't watch the show, Casseron or whatever on Tumblr,
Fucking
who always gets in
Casseron.
those gun control debates. I don't think he does it as much anymore.
Thank God. That shit gets so fucking annoying. It's like you're just going
almost
to
followed him so many times for it. But I'm
fucking
like he's cute, so I'm gonna keep following him. But I was like,
what is going on with you this episode, dude? What's going on with this guy?
I don't know. I keep looking at you in a wife beater, and I'm just like, what's going on?
You're like, damn, come over here and beat the shit out of me.
Yimmer, just let it happen. Just let it happen.
Yeah, just let it happen. Just let it happen, dude.
Jeez.
No, but like there was one like article, probably like 2017 or 18, that was talking about using like a program, a computer program or AI to determine like child custody cases. I was like, hell fucking no. Hell fucking no.
Fucking evil as shit. Oh my God.
He was like, oh, that would actually be a good idea because it gets the bias out of it. I'm like, yeah, except who's fucking making the program?
Some guy who don't have sex or loves their wife.
Because you're basically doing like the make it as simple as possible, like if-else statements. Like if it's this, do that. Else if do this. Like I'm just like in the most basic terms and shit. So it's like if you have someone that like is doing it and they have their own biases and they're not keeping it ethical, they might throw something in that fucking program, a couple lines of code, determine like, oh yeah, if there's like one like indiscretion the father has done, automatically award custody to the mother, regardless of what the mother's done. Right? Like it's like it's probably
somebody would have to like assign a points system to each individual transgression.
God, this sounds awful. Don't do this. I think God, it sounds so fucking evil and creepy. Like a dirty robot.
No shade in the chat. Yim Russie got a Matt acting sussy.
Is it Yim Russie?
Yeah, Yim Russie. Just Yimmy's bussy, baby. Like, what are you doing?
The worst angle
John
ever.
Otter's like, where are the white women at? I'm like, I'll invite some. I know a few that might hop on. So.
Every time I go out to the bar, there's nothing but white women. How you doing?
I joked with Jin, who was on the 100th episode. I was like, yeah, I should just give you guest access like constantly, so you just pop in and be like, everything you're talking about's meaningless, and then just leave. She's like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm like, but you gotta get a good mic though, because you sounded like shit.
Yeah, fucking lower tax bracket scum. Fucking
New Yorker.
Fucking start spitting champagne. Have a taste of the high life, bitch.
Oh yeah, then Dr. Redneck in the chat sounds like more regulations. I'm sure he's talking about the AI shit we're talking about, not the gay bussy shit. But yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
So
imagine them fucking.
should we talk about post bank collapse means of exchange?
No, you know
yeah.
what? I realized.
Yeah, actually.
Wait, before that happens,
Because I think
Grussi,
Rusty would be one of those hot
Grussi
commodities.
would be like platinum or gold in this economy.
This
Grussi
is true.
and Grussi. Okay, I don't know how to make. I got an idea. I don't know how to make any type of Bitcoin, and I personally don't care for that shit at all because I hate computers and robots, and also shit I can't put in my hands like a gun in my mouth. But we should make Grussi coin completely worthless. But I want to be able to have
It's worthless after
Grussi
you
coin.
use it so much.
But
It's like the town
Just-
bike, right?
bro, it's a bus. Everyone's been on it and they don't have money. That being said, I don't know how to make the coins or anything, but if somebody had the ability to make like the fucking crypto shit and made a Grussi coin,
I could probably do that for you.
I'd pay like
Yeah,
a
you just
dollar for
copy
it.
the algorithm from Dogecoin or whatever.
I don't
Oh
want to.
shit!
God,
It's Trump and
Ben's
Grussi.
background right now is Trump meeting with fucking Grimace.
I called him
Get outta
Grussi out of influence. Or
I hate
just like
everybody.
impulse.
I hate all of you. So, anyways, what?
You have a very nice pussy, Mr. Grussi.
I gotta
Okay.
say, you curve perfectly. Stormy curves to the left, and you curve to the right, just for me.
Grimace, you have the best McRib flavored pussy I've ever had. I don't know why he's a slight British aristocrat. I don't know. I can't do a Trump accent. I really wish I could.
Trump.
Alternate universe Trump, in which him and Grimace fall in love, and that's his VP. I love the
Matt,
Grussi.
Can you send me that that voice AI thing you were using for a little while?
Oh shit!
Yeah, I could.
Yes.
Yes.
Here's what we need to do. Is that I want everyone to get on their good microphone. Yimra, I'm attacking Yimra at this point. Get on your good microphones, get a good distance, and talk for a couple minutes. Like read something from the Communist Manifesto. Okay, whatever. Like pick your poison, or For a New Liberty, whatever.
Why did
Just
I own
read
a
a couple minutes because you need like a solid. Read your diary about how you fucking love Grussi so much. Do that. That's fine.
Steal our voice and make us say gay shit? I don't think so.
So, because you need to have voice samples for that AI shit. Unless you just want to do Trump. But if you want to do our voices, like we need solid audio clips because like I try to pull random shit from like videos or whatnot. But like I got you guys pretty good.
I don't think
mine sounded way the fuck off. I did not do one of you, Yimra. Because all the time you're like at a distance and you sound like shit, so I didn't want to fucking bother with that.
Honestly,
But,
the
like-
one of me sounded like I was like announcing the weather.
Oh
or
yeah,
something
no,
like
it's
that.
it's like it's close. It's like it's always close. But
There's certain like ones that are really good. Like there's the ones on like YouTube where it's like the president's playing Call of Duty, and you'll hear like
I love those.
they're like both very funny and very annoying because sometimes they just do the same bit, all of them, and there's other ones that are actually really funny. But sometimes you actually, generally, they're all right. But sometimes you'll hear that weird slight echo that happens from the AI, however it works. Because usually a lot of the recordings, I guess, they pull are from like speeches where it has that larger venue kind of sound, which is super weird. But I just watched one where it's Joshua Graham and Mr. House debating politics for like 30 minutes. It's like, oh, this just sounds about right. Sounds like both of them. Fucking bizarre. There's one where he reads the whole Bible in Sun Tzu, whereas Joshua Graham reading both of them. And it's just like, yeah, that's Joshua Graham.
We're talking Joshua Graham from Fallout, right?
Of course, I don't know any other
New
Joshua.
Vegas. Yeah,
Why
yeah.
do I know any other Joshua Graham? That sounds like a fucking name of a cracker company.
Honestly, like the people naming their kids these days have to think about shit like that, you know?
It's okay. I mean, You could have a worse name like Kaylee, spelt with a Kayleigh. That's just
There's a Kaylee I know. It's like Kaylee.
that's just like moms who probably shouldn't have had kids because they're still in their weird Instagram phase. I don't know how else to describe it.
What is the
Take your time.
what are your thoughts on are the E's and B silent?
Oh, that name? I don't give a shit. It's a fucked up name. I don't care. They chose to fuck up the
I'm talking
English
about
language.
the fucking insect, bro. Like, what the? Not a name.
Insect? What the fuck are you talking about?
So
What are we talking about right now?
Are we
Bees.
talking about in the collapse if the banking system goes down, what we're going to trade with, or are we talking about
What's coin, motherfucker?
We already covered that.
Okay, we would be trading that only. Bullets gold are worthless compared to Grussy coin. It'd be like caps in Fallout. Or
you
bullets.
can't use Grussy coin.
I think alcohol would be very
No, we'd be printing them out.
I think alcohol and bullets would be very valuable.
Yeah, no matter
drugs too. Drugs would be very useful.
I told you the opium thing. My opium farm is the reason I will survive the apocalypse.
Right.
I was sitting at the bar before coming over, and they were literally just talking about like who has Xanax to trade, and I'm just like, wow. Like,
how much were they offering per pill?
No, I don't know. They were just asking about Xanax. Like, does anybody got some?
Here's the thing with money, right? Like, money's just a tool to make exchanges easier, right? So, like, obviously, in the event, you can't access whatever your bank or your crypto, blah blah. It's just that you just figure out, like, hey, like, I have cattle. This person has, I don't know, fucking fabric or like fabric, clothes, and shit, and you work out a trade. Like, I'll give you like 1 cow for whatever amount of shit. Like, it basically, like, it makes it more complicated because you're trying to work out a deal of like of the magnitude, like, well, how much is this really worth to me type bullshit, instead of like, oh yeah, there's a dollar amount on it, and not like, I could probably go somewhere else and pay like less dollars for it. So it's like all that, everything is capital right now. Everything is capital, and it will still be the same after, like, your fucking
but like bartering is really
fun. Your garden items, you brought tomatoes, lettuce, all that shit. Collect that up. Anything you can make, tables and shit. But would the cars run? Like, what if it was like a EMP that went off worldwide? What cars would
as long as the car was shut off during the
it depends on the kind of car, because there's older models that run on like a different way of ignition, like I think it's like not vacuum tubes, but some akin to that, where they run on a different type of.
What car doesn't need a battery to fucking run?
Every car needs a battery generally to start. Yeah. I mean, there's ways around that, but a lot of the car components, even as far back as the fucking like 70s, maybe even a little earlier than that, all have electronic components to help start the vehicle. I mean, if you're a fucking psycho, you can always have a Faraday cage in your fucking garage. But
Dr. Redneck says that
I'm not sure that's necessary. If the car's shut off during the EMP, it doesn't necessarily matter.
I mean, there's the deuce and a halves are like the vehicle that like would be the best for an apocalypse. You want to make that point? That shit literally runs on anything that can burn. You can put fucking moonshine in it, fucking vegetable oil.
The fuel doesn't matter though. Is you need an ignition source for the.
Oh yeah, but gasoline, after a certain period of time, just turns into basically nothing. It just becomes useless. Like you can't.
Oh yeah, you have to stabilize gasoline. Does diesel last longer?
Not long enough for it to really matter in the end. I don't think it. Okay. I think it lasts a bit longer, but not enough. Like it does not like a source of fuel that you could rely on forever. I mean, people complain about that in apocalypse movies and games, but it's like
you can buy a product. You can buy fuel stabilizer, right?
Yeah, that will make like gasoline. I think lasts like 6 months at the longest without stabilizer, and a little bit further than that, like maybe a year. I see some sources say 3 years, but you'd have to be driving a vehicle that can handle that very well, or you have to be maintaining the shit out of it. It was an old car
Well,
from like the 80s, like not in the 80s.
aren't most new engines designed to handle like the ethanol adulterated fuel and so on? So like they might be a little more tolerant of those kinds of products.
Modern cars should be able to tolerate more, but there's so many electronic components that it would be more of like chip malfunctions that will get in the way of the vehicle functioning more so than like say like bad gas. You run a car in bad gas, it's just going to be a shit show. But then a bunch of chips are going to start fucking up because they're only so fucking strong. Though that would be really your main problem.
I don't understand the chips problem though, because like unless there's like moisture ingress into
It's mostly just because they're if let's say for example a BMW or Mercedes. Mercedes Benz generally have 100 microchips in a car. Those fuckers will fail eventually, and when they do, it becomes a fucking nightmare, and you can't fix it without having it recoded or replacing with the right chipped piece for the car. And all
Dr. Rednex is
I
point and
thought the problem
condenser
with
ignition.
like a BMW or Mercedes, like you were saying, like the problem I see with those vehicles is that like the timing belts and like all this shit, like you can't like easily service the car without like going into essential components on the engine. Like is that to me is like the bad engineering on those vehicles. Like yes, they operate at a higher degree than the average vehicle, but like from an engineering standpoint, they're you can't service them as easily. And I don't think the chips are a problem with that because it's like you could easily just have a Chevy or some like a Fiat that fucking operates on the same level and has chips and everything like that. But because they're easier to service and get at those components without having to replace like an entire timing belt or like an engine fan just to like change the oil or some stupid shit.
You're not very likely to. I mean, depending on the scenario you're saying here, no matter what, you're gonna eventually just not find parts because a lot of these parts are very specific to a model. Sometimes it was like a GM, depending on the brand, you might have like a where it's like, well, a Buick and a Chevy use the same part. Sometimes they're on different part numbers, but the same part, and you just change the number because it's more expensive for one brand to another. But eventually, you're just gonna have to get creative. Timing belt's gonna have to be made out of some other resource. A fan's just gonna have to be like, shaving down like a fucking fan from something else and just putting it in.
I'm thinking of the movie Snowpiercer now. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah, it just was like oh yeah, like the train that runs forever. And I'm gonna spoiler alert for anyone listening. Tune out now. Is that yeah, the train runs forever, but the parts need to be replaced, and they just put little children to fucking service the train.
Okay, here's where they're unrealistic though, is that and this is what they do on the fucking space station, if you believe in that shit, is they have a 3D printer. Okay? And they just 3D print the parts that they need to replace. And also we have 3D or we have
okay. Let me stop
user
you right there.
serviceable
On a train
CNC
in
machines.
in a frozen tundra. The train's going around for decades. I don't remember how long it was going on for.
Like 18 years.
You're going to run out of the material eventually, right?
Well, no, like the ground up shit that makes up you just smelt it back into metal. All you need is a heat source, and you smelt it.
Well, you
got
to make sure it's the right kind of
block.
There's certain metals you need though. A certain amount of carbon. You might need special like types of metal or ways.
So when you initially engineer it, you say everything has to be like a 5150 spec steel or something like that.
To be fair, we're overthinking at least the plot of Snowpiercer.
Well, no. This is interesting. I like this. We're gonna keep going.
No, it is. I think no matter what. You
can smelt and CNC
what if
that
someone
infinitely.
fucks up? You gotta think of human error. What if someone fucks up and like destroy like I don't know how they do it.
You have two reactors. You have two reactors that are constantly generating power and heat, and you can use at least one of them to use your parts to smelt and then CNC parts for your train. Like just Like, there's no need for children to be used.
Oh
in
no, but like
Snowpiercer. It's
it's
literally just a
it's
Marxist
a movie trying to make a
allegory.
political
I
point.
love the
anyways,
movie, but
so
it's just Marxist propaganda at the end of the story. Just saying.
that's a jump, but yeah. Child labor laws are listen. Some asshole in power always abuse fucking children. It don't matter what ideology.
Dude,
That's just assholes.
actually, was Yimmer here when we talked about the history of child labor laws?
The children yearn for the mines. Okay, what do they do all day? They want to fucking play Minecraft.
No, so just a refresher is that England had instituted basically child labor laws. Like if you can work, you will be working. Essentially, was what it was. And when we came over here and had a little party with the Indians or whatever at the colonies, they implemented those same child labor laws. Like if you know you had family that couldn't work, and we had children that could, the children should work, right, and will work. And eventually, like I think 100 years later, or like a couple decades, whatever, I don't remember the specifics. Go back to the previous episode, we talked about it. But they got rid of the laws, but in the culture, it was still so entwined with it that kids were still working. And then that's where you have like the Industrial Revolution and shit, where kids are working, fucking smelting shit.
Yeah, where it's like working on a farm isn't terrible. It's like just kind of what you do for your family. You're at a house.
That was the thing, because that was like the more acceptable thing. It's like, helping out on the farm, raising cattle and shit. And then it became like, well, they're already allowed to work in this.
So let's bring them into this
cancer-infested
nightmare where they're gonna die at 23 from their lungs collapse.
Because the funny thing was, it's like it's because of the government that we had a child labor issue. It's amazing to think about. And the whole reason
look, if children weren't meant to work in factories, why did God make them so small so that they could crawl inside the machines and service them?
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
That's Snowpiercer right there, bro.
Full circle.
Especially ginger kids. Fucking put those fuckers right in the engine. I don't give a shit. Use them to fucking combust.
The whole reason I even found that out is because normally when I'm arguing with someone on the left, or anyone in particular, I just default to I like to do this thing where I say it's the government's fault, and then when I get called out on it, I'm like, all right, I guess it's time to research, right? I need to find something. And so someone brought up like the Industrial Revolution, like kids working and stuff. He's like, how is the government involved with that? I'm like, all right, well, give me a second. So I did some Googling, and I used my school resources to find academic journals and shit related to this. So it's peer reviewed. Okay, don't worry about it.
Peer reviewed, like sex reviewed.
Yeah, hell yeah. And that was the whole thing. I found out, like, it is the government's fault. Like, yay, this is good for me. Like, I'm batting 1,000. I'm batting a fucking 1,000. Everything that is a problem today is a problem because of government, and you could trace it back. You trace it back to some point. And that was the thing, that fucking guy, I'm bringing this up again, is that fucking guy said, there's like, well, like, the child labor laws aren't like they banned that. It's not an issue anymore. And I'm like, yeah, just like how slavery was banned, and it's not a problem anymore. Everyone's mindset just changed. No one's racist.
There wasn't slavery in Brazil in 1872 or anything.
It's like I can't handle these people.
How
you doing? How you doing over there?
I'm good. Sorry.
He's got Grusty in the background, as if I can't. I'm literally jerking off.
I have this in the background for a second there. I was looking up transferable machine guns because why not?
Oh, and he found something because his face reacts. He's like, oh no.
Why would you look up transferable when you can just 3D print a DIS?
Well, why do that when I can transfer it from the evidence locker into my hands?
This is true
for free.
You could transfer the officer's gun from his holster to your hand too if you try hard enough.
With a well-placed bribe.
You know what? Maybe my brother being a cop isn't a bad thing. Yeah, hey, bro, can you go to the evidence locker really quick?
Can you give me like a brick of coke, a machine gun, and like some stolen fucking like boots?
I just want to have a good date with Yimra, you know.
A date with Yimra actually be like going to evidence locker.
Do you have any Quaaludes in there?
Is there anything from the 80s
I
in
don't think I
there?
made
Any
playlists.
cold, do you have any cold case items? Like any evidence of like, I don't know, like someone getting murdered, probably choked to
Bro,
death. You know.
Fucking what? Yo, I'll ask my brother to get like the most fucked up evidence from a cold case, and then go find out where Oxford Comma Forever lives, and go to his house and plant it, and then call the police.
It's a coat hanger.
To be
Like,
fair, you don't need the plant evidence. I'm sure if the guy got fucking raped, they'd find a bunch of shit. Probably a bunch of fucking pictures of, I don't know, rapes or something, because the guy's a fucking asshole.
yeah, it'd be funny if that like. So let's just play this out. That I do this. I go to, Illinois, get the evidence. Go to Penn, because I think he lives in Pennsylvania, right? Go to Pennsylvania, plant his house. He finds the evidence. And I don't know he does it. He finds it. He gets rid of it. He's like, yeah, you're not gonna get me. He thinks he's smart, right? And then the cops go there. They don't find it, but they do find everything you just said. It was like rape or like probably child stuff. He's probably a child predator.
Of course.
I
would
don't.
imagine.
I mean, he's an asshole who suggested raping people. So I will at least say he's at least prone to that. I don't want to say a pedophile because, you know,
He is fucking
they will haven't done
unhinged.
that one at least.
I had the post where I said that the postal service is a monopoly and you need to get rid of if you hate monopolies, you should want to get rid of the monopoly on your mail service, right? And he was like responding to it with like the most insane shit. I can't remember because it was like 2 blogs ago. I can't pull it up.
What about
But
the females?
then he starts. He's like, "Well, I'm not gonna use FedEx because it was founded by the Rockefellers and shit." I'm like, "What the fuck are you even talking about?" Like, I'm not even talking about FedEx.
Isn't that one of the guys whose kid got like cannibalized or whatever? Or was that Vanderbilt?
Vanderbilt, maybe? Who knows?
I don't know. No Shay's
Well,
asking
like-
Tumblr theory. Is
like,
Oxford comma the same person behind Penamites?
If the federal government could have their fucking way, pizzas would have to be delivered by the postal service.
That's true.
You ever eat pig?
Fucking do it.
No.
God, you're gross.
Wow.
Dude, really? Just fucking walk away. Put your phone down. Walk away.
No.
What is wrong with you?
Okay,
And
And what's
well,
funny is I was listening to how your audio sounds on the actual live stream, and it's loud as shit. So that pee was loud for me. People's ears are bleeding right now.
remember, bitches with good pussy piss loud as shit. Sounds like fun.
That's just
Yeah, we're making chicken cutlets out here,
Your
bro.
boy, you fucking frying some chicken over there?
Woo!
We making chicken cutlets. We got that good breading on there, bro. Straight up,
terrible.
You got that YFC.
fucking relentless out here, unstoppable. And go ahead.
Well, I think before this gets too gay, this might actually be a good place to call it.
It would be.
So, ladies and
so
gentlemen,
what should we use
yeah.
post-apocalypse? Coca-Cola cans or Bitcoin?
I think we should use
or-
the Metro method, and we should use like bullets.
No, that's annoying. It's gonna be a barter system until some weird asshole makes a concept for a new currency, backed by like water or like I don't know, some gay.
Bullets.
It could be quasi-regional, like on the coasts you could use seashells, and in the mountain regions we could use actual gold because we have gold.
True.
I don't know. Just
Yeah, I don't like those. How about Grussy coin, where I print Grussy coin for my opium farm's excess of material resources from trading with everybody because everybody needs painkillers.
Does the stalks of opium make good like hemp paper? That's a good question.
That's a good question. I focused in on the part that matters more: the use of painkillers from it.
Everybody's focused on the flower of opium, and have we explored the industrial uses of the
Problem.
other parts
Someone
of the poppy
Definitely
plant?
looked into it. Maybe there just hasn't been enough research into it, or it's just like makes no sense because there's better alternatives. Or there's been more studies and ways to manufacture better, papers from different resources. Where it's like if they did more research on opium for that, they'd probably find the right chemical
I
balance.
like that Ben starts to talk about ending the episode, you guys are like, let's actually talk about something a little more serious. Like,
Speaking of opium, I want to say that Lord Miles, Miles Rutledge from
We're not here, Matt. Don't worry
Fame
about it.
has not been spotted. He was recently
Terrible.
in Afghanistan, and the Afghanistan Foreign Ministry has said that they are doing a missing person search for him.
Fantastic.
But he hasn't posted on Twitter since February 27th.
He joined the
So
Taliban. He's gone. He's never coming back.
Wow, not the Taliban. Those guys are so good
This
at.
is like he's visited like
it'd be gay to Ben really
Afghanistan
quick.
every like 6 months for the last 2 years. And
Is that
so
British guy?
yeah.
Oh, he's probably dead. Which he probably should have been dead the first time. I'll be honest. He seems like a good kid, but he's also kind of a fucking idiot. Whereas, like, I'm hanging out with the Taliban. It's like, okay, one, you're hanging out with like the most biggest losers of the Taliban, and like the guys there, he's talking like, well, this guy's on the most wanted list. Like, okay, he's definitely not the brains of the operation. He probably just, ordered a bomb fucking going off. Also, you're British. You're not even doing anything cool. You're just like some little twink who can't even do anything cool. Fuck that guy. That being said, hopefully he doesn't die though. That'd be kind of fucked up.
Would you top Miles?
I'm trying to remember how he looks. Probably not, because he's British.
Okay. All right.
we're gonna cut it right here.
You fucking queers.
We'll start doing a subscribe star for extended episodes.
Slack-jawed
like after
faggots.
hours.
Yeah, we have a Patreon. If you spend $5, you get the extended episode where it's just 30 minutes of like gay questions and me peeing very loud into the sink.
All right, Ben,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before this gets any fucking gayer, thank you for joining us. And as always, taxation is theft. So fucking